Hi, I'm Janessa. I'm a teaching artist here at the Pérez Art Museum, Miami, and today we're doing an art making activity inspired by Hulda Guzmán. Hulda Guzmán creates this series called Be Kind to Your Demons. It's a series of 4 paintings painted on wood panel. The panels read across the wall with a bedroom scene, a barbershop scene, a forest scene, and another bedroom scene. And we have humans that are interacting with these creatures in the painting, which lends us to think, are these creatures their friends, or are these creatures there to bother them? Materials we'll need today for this activity include markers, crayons, colored pencils, stencil or ruler, paper plates, you can also use posterboard or cardboard, fabric, scissors, yarn if you have it, paint if you have it, stickers, tape, clear or colored solid, and glue. So today, to honor these paintings by Hulda Guzmán, we're gonna create masks to make creatures of our own. To make my mask, I'm deciding to start with a paper plate. Again, you can use posterboard or you can even use cardboard if you don't have paper plates at home. I have 2 paper plates here, so I can use one to cut up for decorations and one to be the base of my mask. Underneath here, I already have some cut pieces that I'm thinking about using. For attaching, I can use glue stick or glue, but for today, just to go a little faster, I'm gonna go ahead and use some clear tape. So I'm gonna go ahead and start attaching the first part of my mask. I would like to put on the top of my mask for my creature this nice piece to kind of create these horns. So I'm gonna go ahead and place my glue or tape, whichever you choose to use, right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and stick that on there. So now my mask already has some really cool horns to work with. And I'm gonna go ahead, since I am using tape, I'm gonna fasten it on the other side. Now, what I also wanna think about is how I wanna make my eyes. So for eyes, I wanna think about, do I wanna be able to see through my mask, or is it just for decoration to hang on a wall? For me, I would like to actually use my mask. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use a pencil, and I'm gonna decide where I want my eyes to be. Trying to keep it nice and even. I'm using a line to keep them even. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my pencil to poke a hole through both sides. And then in this part, if you do need mom and dad's help, that's fine. But I'm gonna take my scissor and put it into the hole and start cutting out some eye holes that I can use. Now, for the bottom of my mask, I think I want my character to have a little bit of a beard, and I have some leftover pieces of my paper plate, so I'm going to use that to add on a little bit of a beard. All right, so far, here's what I have going for my mask. So now I'm going to want to start adding some color. There are different options for color. You can use markers, you can use crayons, colored pencils, and you can even use paint, which is gonna make it easier for you to cover your entire mask. What I would like to use for today, I wanna use my markers. And then I might use some fabric with some glue to cover some more space. All right, so here I am. I'm gonna start with a marker to put some design on my mask. So for my mask, I wanna do some circles that are gonna be really interesting to go with the eyes. And I'm gonna do 2 red circles. Oh. And I made a mistake, but that's okay, because when we make mistakes, we can always fix them. And then to help me fix my circle from before, I'm gonna go ahead and add some blue over here, just to have it interact with the red. Another fun way to work with markers is if you water them down, you can turn them into watercolors. Then I'm gonna go ahead and maybe introduce some fabric here, which I think would be fun. Again, if you're doing this at home, you're probably gonna wanna use glue. I have a glue stick here, or you can use Elmer's glue. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use the stick glue that I have here to apply some of my fabric pieces. I wanna make sure that it's nice and thick, the glue that I add there, because fabric can take a little longer to stick and stay put. I'm gonna pick a couple of places to place my fabric. And here I am gonna add one more piece of fabric on this side to complete what I'm working on for the face. And now I wanna go ahead and switch over to yarn. If you don't have yarn, you can use the same fabric or a t-shirt at home and cut it up into strands to kind of get that idea of hair. And for this part, I wanna use this on the beard, that little area that I placed at the bottom of the mask. All right, so right here at the bottom of my mask is where I put that piece of paper plate to make kind of like a beard for my creature. So I'm gonna go ahead and put glue there. And I'm gonna start adding my pieces of hair to kind of give me the idea of a beard. And when we're putting on glue, we just want to make sure that we put enough in those places, especially for fabric, because it might take a little bit of extra glue to make them stay still and put. Sometimes to help it, I go ahead and maybe put some regular glue on top, because if it's liquid, it'll help it stick a little bit better, and this will dry clear. All right, so to decorate my horns now, I'm gonna go ahead and switch my materials to stickers. If you don't have stickers at home, you can always use pieces of paper, different colors, and you can glue them down like you glued down your fabrics. And I'm gonna go ahead and use these funky shapes and kind of use them to cover up the horns of my creature. Now remember, if you don't have stickers at home, you can use paper and cut different colors out to create this kind of pattern and overlap them like this. The next thing that I want to work on is that we haven't really done a mouth yet. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw a very simple one. I'm going to use my stencil ruler on the outside. And I could use a regular ruler for this as well, but I just kind of want to make a kind of sharp mouth for my mask. I think it'll look cool to have this kind of sharp looking mouth. And then with that, I wanted to create a tongue. So what I'm gonna do for my tongue is I'm gonna go ahead and just use some red tape. And then we're gonna go ahead and use the folded tape just like this. Fold my piece of paper that I'm using for the tongue to the side. And then just to give it a little character, I'm gonna go ahead and draw a line for my tongue. And there you have it, a creature mask inspired by Hulda Guzmán's paintings, Be Kind to Your Demons.